Welcome to YAJ.
Hello, everybody. On this Saturday.
I was trying to work on a show all this week for today, and somehow I didn't get to finish. And I'm not saying I'm gonna wing it. I think I got enough of knowledge to fully, because like I said, Veronica Rose was there, and she watched me as I was working on certain segments. And I think what really threw me off is that Bill Withers passed away on April 3rd. And for all those who know who Bill Withers is, you know, I thought he was a white man. Come to find out, he was a black man. I think he was from West Virginia. And he has some great songs. But the whole thing I'm getting at is this. As I was watching, I couldn't even watch Trump. You've been on TV for blabbing about what? Dude, y'all not even quarantining anything. The only thing you've done is separate people six feet apart instead of just shutting it all down. Because, again, our bill collectors don't give a crap what we do. They want to get paid. But this is America. And you figure, since this is America, since we talk all that crap about being free and the home of, really? Here's a pandemic. This is a prime example why I bring this show to you. I'm not going to even lie or sugarcoat it. But we have a pandemic. And you mean to tell me that you wealthy people or business owners or whatever, you're shutting down, but yet you cannot understand why people can't pay their bills. Unemployment, you think it's not going to go through a tailspin because of this? Everybody filing for unemployment? Nobody has no money? What, you have no money to go get toilet paper now?
No, they're still going out there and getting toilet paper.
Which,
I mean, they have, but you have to understand, they have shut down. Majority, there's hardly any traffic. I don't know how many of y'all have seen a lot of traffic out there, unless they're commuting back and forth. But the traffic, the going out and doing anything, it's like ghost towns in certain spots. To me,
that's what it was back in the day. Same thing.
Maybe people will start learning how to socialize, and those of you that think that you can do whatever you want, it's probably a lot different than what you expected and what you've ever been through.
Look, Veronica Rose and I, honestly, I don't really care which way the show goes tonight. But Veronica Rose and I were talking, and I showed her some things on video, because no matter how many books you read, or no matter how many videos you watch, documentaries or whatever, the one thing that puzzles me most is the Garden of Eden. And when she and I sat down and we actually talked about it, everybody keep bringing up that damn snake that Eve talked to. And we both came up with a conclusion. And it goes as follows. 3 people. God, or the Word, Adam and Eve. Out of all the animals, a snake talked to her. Fast forward to the point that angels could transform into anything. They can transform into people. They can look like other people. But again, look at the situation here. You got the Garden of Eden, 3 people. How's that she's talking to a snake but not Adam? Everything that's going on with us today is coming from the Garden of Eden. And I'm not, I was therefore discrediting the Holy Bible. I really was, probably every other Bible. But there are some truths coming from this now. Because the main thing that the main players in this entire whole scenario, that is our spirituality, how we keep crying about the devil, Lucifer, whatever. But the bottom line is this. There was another participant in the whole creation of why we're going through what we're going through. And the participant, we pretty much figured out it wasn't the snake. It's a metaphor for the tongue. Somebody whispered to a woman who convinced her husband to eat the apple. But only God wanted to talk to Adam about what happened. And all you got to do is tell me the truth. He chose not. See, Adam didn't talk to a snake, but he talked to his woman. He was conversing back and forth with her. In order for her to convince him, which they both knew not to touch the fruit, they both knew. I give you $25 billion. You have nothing to worry about in your entire life. All I'm asking you is don't touch this. And if you are a dumbass and touch it,
Push that button.
push the button, whatever it is, open the box.
Or eat the fruit or anything.
So you're telling me that Donald Trump didn't have the audacity to push the button to say, hey, we got a problem and we need to fix this.
Well, I think we got fixed a lot quicker than most places did.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
We don't have as many mentalities as the other places do. Seriously, you look at it. Yes, we have a high, but if you look at China and Italy, theirs is a lot higher than we are.
That's only what they're reporting to you.
Okay, but even though they're reporting it or not, the fact of the matter is you've got people off the street, you got everybody out of schools, you got all this, that, and the other. So yes, there are people still out there going when they should not be going, doing things that they tell you not to do. I mean, yes, you can go to a pharmacy, you can go to the store, you can go to the bank. And if you have a doctor's appointment, go to the doctor's appointment. And if you have a job and you go to work, you go to work. That's it. There's nothing, you can't go to the beaches, you can't go to the parks, you can't do any of that. It takes one person to do all that. And wherever this is spreading from, or how it got over here, from there, because people are traveling. People are bringing it in. And like they said, there are some people that are carriers. You know, you could be a carrier and not be sick and give somebody else that is more acceptable to it.
All they had to do was quarantine everything. You're not even quarantining nothing. I don't know why y'all even lying. You're not. Everybody else is spraying stuff up and down the street. What is your problem? Look.
Well, somebody showed on Facebook of New York, the subway, that there were people still sleeping on the subway. You can look at the floors and they're nasty. Like they have not cleaned it. Now that's on Facebook. That could be one subway. I don't live in New York, so I don't know what they do.
If you're dirty,
if they clean it.
If you're dirty, you're dirty. The bottom line, ain't nothing gonna change. I keep saying it. When water goes over dirt or sand, it still stays in place. Same goes for dirty people. People still gonna be peeing in the subways, peeing in the apartment complex. They're still gonna be doing the same nasty crap. People ain't never gonna change. And somebody asked me that the other day. They said straight up, they said, you know, maybe God is punishing us for a reason. I hope so. Because I don't get it. Again, I say this. How y'all claim to be, how we his perfect creation, and yet we're so damn flawed. We're flawed. Look.
We're flawed, but hopefully we'll learn from this. I doubt a lot of people learn.
We didn't learn from 9/11. We never learned from 9/11. I told you. Last week I said kumbaya. And then we went back to the same dirty crap we went to. Look, who were the three men? Who were the three men that Jesus talked to? Don't say disciples. Don't you dare say disciples. Who were the 3 men that Jesus talked to? I'm going to tell you.
I was gonna say, tell them the phone number, call in and see who gets it right.
They ain't gonna call. They ain't called in 2 years.
You got to put the number out there again.
Abraham talked to Jesus. Back then he was called Elohim. John the Baptist. John the Baptist talked to him because the simple fact is he had to baptize Jesus. And Paul, formerly known as Saul, because Paul saw his new creation when he was transformed. You guys got to understand something. And this is what I've been trying to tell you. The Bible is written in Hebrew, not English, and it never will be. The Bible is written in Hebrew. They all talk Hebrew. No matter how we try to translate it, no matter how many times we try to fix it, no matter how many times we people keep trying to play God, it's written in Hebrew. Every last bit of it. Was he a Jewish? I don't know. I wasn't there. But I can tell you like this. It's starting to come crystal clear about everything that's going on and why this is happening to us. And it's never going to stop. Because you got to remember something. And because God's been nipping at my heels all week and I've been unable to sleep. And what I'm trying to tell you is this, that don't be surprised how quickly people get soaked up in this pandemic of lies. Don't be surprised. Because if you are so bored, why don't you prepare yourself and go help the homeless when all this is over? Why don't you go to Big Brother and Big Sister, go to your communities, help out, find out where people are hungry, that need a lending hand, start a new business, and that way we can all link up together. I mean, what I'm saying is be proactive. This is why I do the show, because I'm trying to be proactive in what I'm trying to tell you. You don't have to listen to me. I don't care if you do or you don't. But at some point, something's going to connect in that brain of yours, and you're going to figure it out yourself, because God said, when your eyes are open, you'll be able to see all. If you cannot see that there's something transforming before you, then you might as well bow before him. And remember, everything that we think we're reading in the Bible ain't what you think it is. That's why when we were sitting here talking, and believe me, I call Veronica Rose, it's like this. She might think she see a ghost, but she don't really believe in ghosts, but she's not going to look for a ghost. Me, they're a ghost. She knows something is there, she just don't want to admit
it. You can make it visible. You better make yourself known before you come along. That's all I got to say.
We need to stop thinking that the Garden of Eden means that she talked to a snake. She either talked to, because...
Well, the person that she talked to was probably a snake. Doesn't mean it's a snake as an animal snake. It was someone that spoke in snake form.
What did Lucifer do? Lucifer was the most what? Remember something. Cain and Abel. Again, 4 people. After she did what she did, she get pregnant by Cain. Why are we all so convinced that it came from Adam? Because why would Cain start to be so lazy? Seth and Abel was not. Then we find out later that they actually fought over his sister. So what's that tell you? That tells me one thing. Either Lucifer or Lucifer took the physicalities of Adam. Then talking to Eve, that's why we have snakes in the grass. What do they do? Oh, you're pretty. Who are you?
Oh, no,
let me talk to you.
Get over yourself.
But you see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this? So Lucifer slept with Eve, then what? They had Cain. but it was Adam was the daddy. So now Lucifer has truly impregnated what with Eve? All the hatred and sin there was, because Cain didn't die, but he killed Adam. That was the first bloodshed. See, all this ties in together. That's why the Garden of Eden is so important. And this is why we keep going through this, because y'all refuse to listen. You refuse to listen to anything.
Well, that's something I learned.
No, because every
you
time
got to learn as you grow up, the relationships in the past paths that you take, you have to learn from them. If you do not learn from them, that is your own problem. That is your own fault.
But we are linked together.
We're linked together, but not everybody wants to be linked together. Because
That's right.
just like Lucifer, he wanted to be himself. He wanted to be his own person. He wanted to do his thing. He didn't want to listen to anybody else. He didn't want to take command from anybody else. And there are people out there that doesn't want to take command from everybody else. But be careful how you think you can control everything, because it will come back to backfire you down the road.
3,000, over 3,000, maybe even more, walked around Mount Sinai with Noah, Abraham. No. You know which one. Because I'm getting tired. 3,000 more. A lot of people walked around Mount Sinai, whining and complaining, but they did nothing. They were clothed by God. They were fed by God. They were shielded by. They didn't have to worry about anything but eating. They ate for the day, and they still complained. I gotta go.
Where are you gonna go?
Eat some banana pudding. But
Oh, that's right,
what?
I
But what I'm trying to tell you is this: no matter how you put this story, and no matter how much you link this COVID-19 with the biblical times or whatever, no matter which way you do it, no matter how you say it, regardless of the fact is this: one way or another, man is going to succeed what they're trying to do. One way or another. It's going to either be definitely in our lifetime, or it's going to be in your children's lifetime.
True.
And if you are not prepared, notice, I'm not saying to prepare for Jesus, because you ain't going to do it anyway. If you're not prepared for the chaos that's going to come with it,
Exactly.
AJ YAJ YAJ.
see you Tuesday.
Have a good one,
On YouTube
everybody.
Tuesday. Y'all can keep on acting like this is not happening. Keep on. Keep on. I'm just telling you. Keep listening to whoever you want to listen to. But remember, I'm just telling you, man.
Oh, by the way, we have, I don't know how many people came back in, but we got Tammy, Leanne, Kathleen, Jaleese, Samantha, Eric, Roderick, and Kevin. And I've had a few others come in. Oh, and Patricia.
Welcome
Trish,
to
hey girl.
YAJ.
And anybody else that came in,
Welcome
thank you for
to
watching.
YAJ.